Hey guys, Matt Walksler here from Wheels Through Time. We're back in the swim shop today. This week, we're highlighting staff rides here at the museum. You guys have been fielding tons of questions about what we at Wheels Through Time are riding. Today, we're with our friend John Gustafson in his ultra killer 1957 Panhead. Amazing motorcycle. John's going to tell you a little bit about who he is and his connection with this motorcycle. Take it away, John.
Thank you, Matt. John Gustafson here. 15 years ago, I came to Wheels Through Time for the first event, and I met Dale. We hit it off immediately, and I said, this is an amazing place you have, Dale, but it's awfully dark in here. And I'm an electrician by trade. I said, Dale, let me work as a volunteer for a while and try to light it up. There's no windows in Wheels Through Time, so it's all done with whatever lighting we can provide. And he was happy to let me just kind of go at it. He said, we built a wonderful place here, but it's dark. We need to light it up, and we need to add some class. So off I went. That was 15 years ago. I've been working on this place ever since, and I haven't lost my love or passion for Wheels Through Time. Dale was generous enough about 10 years ago to gift me this bike. One of his philosophies that he told me a time or two was really the secret to success is generosity. And that was displayed when he gave me this bike and said, John, you need to get out and ride this pan for a while. I'd often told him I wanted a 55, which was the year of my birth, and he didn't have one available at that point. So on came this 57. It is a fabulous bike. It is original paint. It's sky blue. It's also got the birch white color on it. It's got 37,000 original miles. I have rubbed on it a bit, shined it up some. Runs like a champ. It's all original, except for a few parts that had to be replaced due to rust and fatigue. So my job at the museum still is to keep this place going. I do a lot of the displays here. I set up lighting when we need it. We got new shows coming and going. Whatever hat needs to be worn, I'm more than happy to put it on.
Now, John, my dad had this bike here at the museum probably about 30 plus years, and I wish I knew more about the story of where he got it. I believe it was from a friend of his, Joe Coopersmith. I'm unsure of Joe's history with the bike. Joe and my dad were good buddies. Joe was an Oregon guy and actually sold this bike to my dad, I believe, mid-1990s. So it's been here at the museum for quite a long time. You mentioned something about my dad telling you he took it to Mexico?
Dale told me after he gave us that he had it shipped to Southern California, and he and a friend rode it down into Mexico for quite a long ways, and then I guess brought it back up and had it shipped back to Illinois. But it's just one of the many stories that he told me about this bike in particular, so I know he rode it a lot, which means quite a bit to me that he allowed me to have it.
No doubt
one of
about
his
it.
personal favorites.
Well, and this thing will beat down the road with new traffic today. What we're looking at, guys, it's a 1957 Harley-Davidson FLHF model. Now, the FLH was the high performance, high compression model. They honk down the road like you wouldn't believe. The Panheads, the FLH models came with a hotter cam, a little bit higher compression setup. They start easy, they run excellent. This one over here, now the FLHF as opposed to the FLH, the F was the foot shift setup. Now, Harley-Davidson debuted the foot shift with ratchet transmission, foot shifter here, mouse trap, clutch booster. This was all debuted in 1952. So for a period there, they offered both hand shift and foot shift as an option. The hand shift setup, or excuse me, the hand clutch setup, extremely friendly, exactly the same as a motorcycle today. You get on this thing, you kick it, fire it right up, and you ride it just like a modern bike. So thing could probably beat down the road 95, 100 miles an hour if you ask it to. Now this example, as you guys can see, is so completely original. Like John said, skyline blue and birch white. Still got the original decals on the oil tank on both sides. This one's set up with the chrome package, so you got chrome wheels, chrome headlight, chrome spotlights, chrome handlebars, chrome toolbox, chrome mufflers, chrome primary cover. The thing is jazzed out. Neatest thing about it is every single aspect of the bike functions. You fire this thing up, the headlight works, high, low beam, spotlights bright as you can get, turn signals front and rear light up bright as brand new. So really special bike, and like John said, has about 37,000 miles on it. It doesn't show it. You'd never think that this bike is a high mileage motorcycle. You know, the paint is nearly perfect. When I look at motorcycles like this to find, you know, kind of how much they've worn, you're looking at spokes, the original CAD plating on the spokes, floorboards. Look at this, original Harley-Davidson Half Moon floorboards, and they are like brand new. It's really impressive stuff that this bike has weathered so well, despite the mileage that's on it. I know it sat here right exactly where we're standing right now, here in the swim shop for probably, I don't know, since the museum opened here in North Carolina.
It was here when I first came, man. Right?
Here when you first came, and so you've had it now about,
I've had it 5 years.
5 years now. Wow, that time flies. That's unbelievable. Well, John's been putting miles on it. We're going to crank it up for you here right now. John's going to let you hear how it runs. And one of many machines here at the museum we're extremely proud of. And just
I think it's significant to mention what happened in 1957. For one thing, the world was blessed with me for 2 years. It was a dozen years after the end of World War II. The Corvette was in its 4th year of production, so the yearn for speed was going strong in this country. Thunderbirds have been around about 3 years. And of course, the iconic 57 Chevrolet. This bike, when it was purchased, was, I think, $1,240 from the dealership.
Yep.
And there were 2,400 of them produced that year, so there weren't a lot of them out there. Don't offer me that much for it now because it's just not available. But anyway, it's pretty amazing what's happened in that amount of time. Now let's hear this baby roll.
Fire that bad boy up, John.
Like Matt said, everything works. We got signal lights. We got a horn.
Check the down low here. You got your turn signals.
You got
left
that going
side,
on.
right side. Oh man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Original guide lights.
Well, we used to have a horn. It's quiet today. It's not in a good mood.
Now virtually zero engine noise on this engine.
This thing
It is
just purrs.
outrageous. You don't hear any lifter noise or piston slap. Just one awesome motorcycle, guys.
It purrs like a kitten and it runs as smooth as it sounds. I love
Way
this bike.
cool.
Amazing.
It's amazing to think that exhaust has been running through these same pipes for all this amount of time. And they're still just as quiet as ever. And it just runs down the road beautiful. Like Matt said, this thing will probably do 100. I haven't gotten to that point yet, maybe one of these days. But it just is a fine highway cruiser. And obviously, when I park this thing, people come from far and away to see what's going on with it. I did take the liberty of putting Dale's name on the bag back here, a little tribute to Wheels Through Time. It meant the world to me that he gave me this, and I intend to keep it for as long as possible. But the fact that it was Dale's bike and he showed his generosity to me by giving it to me is just beyond words. I love it. I love Wheels Through Time. And also, I want to mention that 1948 was the first year of the Panhead, and if you want to see one of the finest pans available, look at our raffle bike this year, and it could be yours. In fact, you might be the winner. So that was the beginning of the pan phase. And then the pan, of course, turned the over to the shovel head was the next phase. It picked up after the knucklehead. So in 1948, they started producing these beautiful machines, and that's what we're giving away as our raffle bike this year, folks.
November 20th, the raffle's coming up. One of the last motors that was built right here at Wheels Through Time by my dad. Stunning 48 Panhead, finished in black and chrome. Fantastic motorcycle. We appreciate you guys checking in with us, tuning in to Drive for History. All sorts more great videos, great motorcycles, and great history coming your way. Make sure you check out driveforhistory.com, wheelsthroughtime.com. Get you some merch today from our gift shop. Check out our membership options. And like John said, don't miss the 48 Panhead raffle bike this year, November 20th. Get you some tickets. We'll see you next time.